Hi, my name's Leo and I'm a boat builder and a sailor, and we're in the process of sailing this boat back from the Pacific Ocean to the UK to compete once again in the Fastnet race 100 years after she won it in 1927. After 7 years of rebuilding the boat and a year of sailing around Canada, we're now well on the way towards the Panama Canal, and we're waiting in northern Mexico for the hurricane season to pass so we can continue south. In this video we're going to be covering a lot of important jobs we've been doing on the boat to prepare for the next part of the voyage, and we're going to be getting to know Ensenada, Mexico and experiencing some local culture. But before we head out on the town, the first job is a simple one. There's a lot of surge in this marina as the ocean swell makes its way through the breakwater, so I need to add some chafe protection to the cat rail and the mooring lines to prevent them from being damaged. Honestly, this has been on the job list for a long time, but it's never really been critical until now, and luckily I've got some leftover brass strips from another job. As you can see, I used some scrap hose to protect the actual mooring lines where they go through the fair leads. The bow line and the stern line, however, do go directly over the cap rail, so that's where I'm going to install the brass strips. Before that though, there's another job that I want to get started as soon as possible. I've fallen behind on varnish maintenance, which is a very labour intensive job that I struggled to find time for. Here in Ensenada, I was lucky enough to meet Ricardo, a professional varnisher who got started right away sanding the main companionway hatch and cockpit.
Leo,
What?
the fish are eating wood chips.
Cool. Oh, good. As Ricardo was finishing the first coat of varnish, I was getting ready to do some fiberglassing in the rig. But before getting really stuck into that, we decided to go out and explore Ensenada. I'm eating gordita. It's made of corn and pork. It's very good.
Salsa verde, es la menos picosa que todas.
Okay. Dos.
¿Dos?
Sí.
¿Son dos? Ok.
Gracias. Okay. Muchas gracias.
Pásala bien.
Regálame esta noche, regálame tu vida.
Hola.
Pasistera, desea ir.
So we just spent some time at the local market, loads of great food, delicious, really friendly people, and picked up a few bits and pieces, a couple of clamps for the boat, and now we're on our way back. It's really easy to get around here. They have Ubers and another like local app that's the same but cheaper, and yeah, we're having a great time in Ensenada so far.
The roads are a little bumpy.
Oh yeah. So from a distance, this dinghy looks like it's in really good condition, and it is in relatively good condition, but if you look closely you'll see that the finish is starting to wear pretty heavily. That's the varnish that's on top of the fiberglass, on top of the plywood, and when that varnish is gone, which it is starting to go, then it's not protecting the surfaces underneath, so it needs to be replaced. And rather than recoat it with varnish, I've decided that this time we're going to paint the inside of the dinghy, and there's a few reasons for that. It's going to be a lower maintenance protection. It's going to protect the timber, the plywood, the fiberglass better from UV, and I think it's going to look good as well. I think the inside of this boat does look really cool, but it is all plywood, and to me plywood isn't as beautiful as solid hardwood, like these teak hatches. So if I'm going to have to maintain varnish, I'd rather be putting the effort into the hatches. So I've taken all the harder off, given it a good scrub. It's going to get picked up, and now I just have to decide what color I'm going to paint it. Alright, well I've got a very important job to do while we're here in Ensenada. I did a rig check recently and I noticed that there's some more wear on the mast at a lower position. Now you might remember in San Francisco We put some brass rubbing strips at the top to gaff saddle positions on the mast to prevent the chafe we were getting up there, and they've been doing a great job. Now, I didn't think that the same chafe was happening lower down the mast when we were reefed and the gaff was lower, but since San Francisco, Marat and I did an overnight passage where we were sailing in pretty heavy wind with a deep reef in, and since doing the rig check, I have seen that actually that did chafe the mast. Now, it didn't do a lot of damage, but it did take off a bit of the finish, and that was a relatively short sail. I know now that, say if we were sailing for several days downwind with a deep reef in, it could actually do significant damage, and that means, unfortunately, that I do have to protect the mast there because it could be a liability otherwise. So I'm not going to do the brass strips again. I don't think they're necessary further down the mast. I think we can get away with a lighter form of protection because there's not nearly as much force on the gaff saddle in those areas, and also doing the brass strips, it took a long time, it was a lot of work. I don't have the materials to do more, and also I don't really want to be drilling more holes in the mast further down in the center of it. So I'm gonna do a fiberglass wrap around the mast in those positions. I could do copper, but I don't really want to put nails into the mast. I'm worried about water ingress. Fiberglass will just glue around the outside, and it's a sort of patch job. At some point I'll pull the mast, repair all the damage, and think of a more elegant solution to protect the mast up its whole length probably. But for now, a fiberglass wrap should be plenty strong enough to protect the mast at those two positions. And then we've got the more heavy duty brass rods at the higher positions where there's more force, more chafe. So I'm a little bit nervous about doing it. I'm going to be trying to lay up 3 layers of 8-ounce fiberglass on a bench, then hoist the bench into the rig, and then be hanging myself from a harness and try and get it from the bench onto the mast and not drip epoxy all over the deck. And so it's not the easiest job. I'm certainly not a fiberglass expert. I've been on the phone with Russell Brown, he's been giving me some advice, so I'm going to give it a shot, but it does have to be protected, I think, before we go on any more big passages.
What are you making?
We're making some steak tacos for lunch. We only eat tacos now. Tacos for breakfast, tacos for lunch, tacos for dinner. Taco life.
It's really smoky in here.
That's how you know it's good.
Leo's cooking. What's your special technique?
Oh yeah, to avoid spillage out the back, you just get your next tortilla lined up. There's a little glove here. Mm-mm.
Amazing. Innovation. Professional taco eater.
1, 2, 12, 16. Let's go to 16. 15, 16. As always with epoxy, mix, and then mix a little more. And as I'm sure most of you know, these pumps are absolutely invaluable. The biggest skill, or the hardest skill, I think, my uneducated opinion, when fiberglassing or using epoxy is just not making a huge mess. It takes real planning and patience. Okay. For this job I'm using West Systems epoxy, and I'm using their special clear hardener because I want the finished product to be as transparent as possible. I've already cut out 3 rectangles for 8-ounce cloth, each one slightly larger than the previous, and I'm laying them up on this floating workbench upside down, so the last one I put on will be the one that goes against the mast. So far so good. Now for the clever bit. Hopefully this is clever and I don't regret it very soon, but I'm going to cut the plastic around this so I can lift this up using the plastic. Might need to go up a little bit. Okay, it's the moment of truth again. The wind has started to pick up a bit, so I'm a little nervous about that. It's going to make this a little bit harder. Okay, there goes nothing. Nice. This isn't sticky, it's just this plastic, so I can really work the bubbles out using this squeegee thing. And then of course just hope that the plastic comes off okay, but I think it will. Maybe this is the moment of truth. It's not looking good so far, but it's not looking too bad either. This isn't great. Hopefully once I get this first edge off it'll go better. Where do I stop?
Here. No. Just rub it in.
Okay. Okay, lesson learned. Don't try and pull strands out. Oh shit. Boxy's gone off. Oh, that is a beautiful layup, if I don't say so myself. This fabric that I'm putting over the top of the fiberglass is peel ply, and epoxy will go through it but won't stick to it. It's really useful when fiberglassing for getting a consistent, uniform finish that doesn't need to be sanded.
A lot of grunting. How does that cloth not get stuck in there like the fiberglass with the epoxy?
It's magic cloth. I have no idea.
It's blowing my mind.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see when the peel ply comes off how that really looks, but I think it went really pretty well. Of course, this is just a patch job. You know, we don't have time to pull the mast out and really go through it all thoroughly because we've got to get in and out of the tropics before the next hurricane season. We've got to try and get back to the UK in time for the race. So this is a patch job. It's not the most beautiful or traditional thing, but it will protect the mast from damage, and that's really important because we don't know what sort of weather conditions we're going to hit. If the mast continues to get damaged, it could potentially end up being some actual serious structural damage, which could even result in a mast failure, which of course would be catastrophic and maybe even life-threatening. So protecting it is really important, and this is going to do that. Okay, this is looking good. The epoxy is all set now, so we're gonna peel off the peel ply and hopefully it'll be good underneath. Oh, it's looking good. It's just a bit awkward to do this while hanging with no leverage. Okay, well, looks really good. No air bubbles, and the cloth seems pretty thoroughly wetted out everywhere. So I'm very pleased with that. It's gonna really protect the mast. I'll build up a little bit of varnish on here when we're repairing the other spots, and I don't think it'll be too visible really. Yeah, pleased. There's the end there. I need to take some photos to send to Russell Brown.
Oh yeah.
This is what the fiberglass wrap looks like after a couple of coats of varnish. Both wraps went very well, although the one we didn't film did have a few more bubbles.
No, ora 3:20.
Creo que no más standing.
No? ¿Puedes cobrar? Es que 3 más ya.
Más fácil, ¿no?
Sí.
Scotch Brite. Sí. Es bueno.
Ok, es cobrar.
Compra mucho para mí después.
Ok. Y alcohol, water.
Sí.
Para limpiar.
Sí, sí. Gracias.
Sí.
Vale, hasta mañana. Alright, well, we've had a great couple of weeks in Ensenada. We've been really enjoying this town. We've met some great people here, and it's been a really productive time as well. Been getting a lot of work done. Ricardo's been doing beautiful work on the hatches, and he's going to be doing some more work before we leave. I'm really pleased with the protection on the mast. It's really reassuring to know that when we're deep reefed, I don't have to worry about chafe damage on the mast. We've got a lot going on in the next week. We're hopefully going to be leaving Ensenada, heading south, but we do have to do quite a bit of passage planning and looking at hurricanes, so we're going to be talking about all that. We're also going to be getting our dinghy back, hopefully, so if you have any thoughts about what color we should have it painted, let us know. And there'll be a lot of other work and preparation and provisioning before we head out into the open Pacific again. For now though, thanks a lot for watching, and a massive thank you to everyone who has donated or otherwise supported this channel. It does make a huge difference. It means we're able to keep on sailing and maintaining this boat, and it means we're able to keep on making and editing these videos. So I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Cheers.